Zach Wilson, starting at quarterback for the Jets, so drop it in the comments below. What's your stat line, prediction, expectations for him in this home game against the Detroit Lions? And for starters, yeah, you just want to win the football game. And you'd rather Zach Wilson play like absolute trash and win than if he plays really well and we lose. Although if he plays really well, most likely we're going to win against this opponent. Every game that we've had good quarterback play and we haven't played a top 2 seed in the NFL on the road this year, we've won that game. Every game. And I expect that trend to continue with Zach Wilson. And I got to be honest, I'm a little greedy though. I want both. I want Zach to do the thing that every franchise guy, second overall pick that's worth it, would do in the back half of their second year against a horrific pass defense in their own building. They would cut right through them, light them up. 300 plus yards, 3 touchdowns, make it look easy. That's what I want. If I don't get that, are we going to kill him? Is it the end of the world? No, but why can't Zach Wilson do that? And guess what? If he does do that, like Mike White did against the Chicago Bears, just cut right through him, make it look easy, I'm not going to complain that it was against a bad defense. I'm going to be ecstatic on cloud 9 that Zach Wilson went out there and lit up the Detroit Lions. That's what I'm hoping for. Why shouldn't we expect him to do that? Right? Ceiling. Okay. Ceiling time, brother. Ceiling time. And at this point, with the evidence that I have, do I think Zach Wilson is going to be the future franchise quarterback of the Jets? Most likely not, but guess what? I would never be more happy to be proved wrong on anything in my sports life than that take. Because up to this point, that's where the evidence is. Now, can he prove that he's the guy in one game? No, but he can it's just the next game up. And he can take a huge step in the right direction. And man, I'm not going to need a huge sample size to get excited again about Zach Wilson. He's probably got 2 games ahead of him. I don't think Mike White comes back 4 days later and plays against the Jaguars on Thursday night. If Zach Wilson crushes it 2 games in a row, is he anointed? No, but man, I'm pumped. Man, I'm pumped. We all should be. Because he's under contract the next 2 years. And the best case scenario for the Jets quarterback situation is for Zach to just figure it out and be. That is plan A. That is the best case scenario. That's better than even Mike White doing it because he's a free agent. That's better than bringing in a Jimmy G or a Derek Carr. You got to pay $1 gazillion. The best case scenario that every Jets fan should want, no matter who you liked, who you didn't like, what takes you've had to this point, Zach Wilson being the guy is the best thing for this Jets franchise. And he has a huge opportunity to show that he's learned from his mistakes, that the reset has worked, and go out there and look like a professional adult, competent quarterback, and show us some of that ceiling stuff, dude. Show us some ceiling. Because fair or not, look, are the expectations the same for Zach Wilson, number 2 overall pick, of Mike White, former QB3, 5th rounder? No, they're not. Fair or not, 2nd overall pick should look night and day better than the other guy, and now he's got a shot to do it. He's got a shot to do it, and that's what we all should be rooting for. Either way, I think the Jets are going to win these next 2 games with Zach or with Mike White. I feel like we're at home and we're the better football team. And then what do you do from there? I trust the coaches. I trust the coaches from there on out. For the next month, like if Zach comes out there and crushes it for 2 games, we win them both, he's probably the guy. If he plays 1 good game and 1 bad game and we go 1-1, I'm going to trust the coaches. These men have turned a defense from bottom 5 to top 5. They got 3 of the best rookies at their position in the NFL draft. They've won more games this year than the previous 2 years combined. That's what I'm going to do. They decided to make the change to Mike White. I supported that decision. If they deem that Zach Wilson's performance in the next 1, most likely 2 games has earned him his job back, I'm going to support that decision too, as much as I like what Mike White has done. You got to ride the hot hand and try and just make the playoffs and then figure everything out this offseason. Maybe the high hand will be Zach Wilson. We'll see. And we'll talk football soon.